What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about these Spider-Man 2 rumors. Now, I will not lie, I've seen these rumors for a long time. I actually was sent them back when the Reddit thread was still activated. Now, part of the reason why I didn't really talk about it is it's just kind of gone up and down. Like, the Reddit thread was out, it had all the information, and then it was deleted, it was taken, or I think it was maybe removed. There's a lot of, skepticism as to this person being reliable or not. In fact, it definitely seems like this person is not reliable, okay? Based off of just, I guess, from what I've seen. I don't truly know this, and I have nothing against the person who posted this. As I've said before, I like leaks. I like rumors, even when they're fake, because I still think they're kind of fun to talk about. But it's kind of gone up and down. Then it's made its way onto Twitter. It was there for a couple days. It kind of went away. Then articles started writing about it. So I figured, let's just talk about it. Again, we take it all with a grain of salt, right? And even if they're not true, like I keep telling people, right, Alex, why do you give, time, and why do you give videos and views to people who you ultimately think are lying or just making it up? Well, they're fun to talk about, okay? They bring up discussion as to what could be or could not be in the game. Also, some of this stuff seems very obvious. Some of this stuff seems also borrowed from rumors and leaks that have already happened. So, like, there could be some validity here, just basically him copying and pasting, right? So let's go through some of the stuff that they said. Throughout the game, players will have their choice of playing as either Peter or Miles, giving the opportunity to use both heroes' unique skill sets in battle. Whether you want to use Peter's new Doc Ock-inspired arms or blast bad guys with Miles' Venom Strike, both will be available to use in battle. Whichever character is not in use will still be in missions as well, tagging alongside the main Spidey and serving as backup support controlled by the AI. This game also improves Peter's web trick system after advances in Miles Morales, and the wall crawling mechanics are also improved to make it feel more seamless for players. The PS5 itself will also have an impact on this game's excellent quality, with the SSD technology making the web slinging nearly 2 times faster for Peter and Miles than the past games. Players will get to use a new web technique as well, being able to reel webs in like grappling hook system. Peter is said to gain possession of the Oscorp-developed Venom Suit early in the game, gaining the aforementioned 4 extra arms in his back in the process. After losing the suit to an unspecified host, Peter goes full robotic scientist, created 4 of his own arm extensions to use his suit in the future. Speaking of the leading villains, the big bad of this game is said to be Craven the Hunter, whose voice was heard in the PS Showcase. His mercenaries will have reoccurring presence in New York, similar to Silver Sable and Sable International in the first game. Along with Craven and Venom, this game will also feature appearances by Lizard and Mysterio, who were both teased in the Halloween costume form during one of the main missions in Spider-Man. Just like the past games as well, the sequel will feature Marvel Easter eggs teasing the wider Marvel universe, although there won't be any true cameos. And the examples are, Doctor Strange's, Wakanda, yada, yada, yada. So, look, again, I saw this a long time ago. It all sounds good. Like, it all sounds real, too. I guess the thing is, like, when you take it down off of Reddit, like, that definitely spins the narrative in one way or the other. Again, not saying whether it's right or wrong, but the thing is, a lot of this stuff is very much, I would say, like, things we would expect. So let's go through them. Well, number one, we've heard I believe the Miles and Peter thing before. This is not, so this person just randomly came up with this. I think maybe the only thing that's unique to this person's rumor is the original time, and this was like a year ago, a full year, maybe longer, maybe a year and a half ago. The rumor was we could pick, or I guess the rumor was there's missions for each. Like, there's some missions you can only do as Peter, and there's some missions you can only do as Miles. That was, I believe, and I covered that on my main channel. I remember, I think it was, I don't remember exactly when, but I know it was like easily a year plus ago. There was a rumor that, depending on the mission, you had to choose one or the other. So I guess it's an extension of that, right? But, after that rumor, there was one that you got to pick them. Now it's you get to pick them, and then whoever you don't pick is, a tag along, so there's always going to be 2 players. Now, again, like, could you come up with that on your own based off of the trailer, considering they're both in the trailer fighting, doing a mission? Yeah, I guess it makes sense to take that jump to say, okay, well, obviously both of them are going to have, or I guess going to be in both. My main issue, by the way, with this is pretty simple. There's no uniqueness for the mission. I actually really don't like this idea, and I don't want it to happen. And I've talked about it before, but again, it's for that simple reason. If any mission in this game with any any character, any whatever, you can pick which one you want, then the mission really isn't unique to a story. Like, it's not really it can't push the story as much as I think a mission tailored to a specific person could. Does that make sense? So if you go to any mission and you can pick which one you do, then it's like, well, none of them are going to be unique towards it's also kind of like the Gotham Knights situation that I've said, where it's like if you have two of the same heroes or whatever, the dialogue is not going to really feel right. These are just, you could say, Alex, well, how realistic do you want a game about people that are literal half spiders? Like, how realistic do you want that to be? I get it, but, hopefully you guys understand, I guess, where I'm coming from. But, you could say that that's a jump and this person knows that, or they took it from, other places. Then it goes into stuff that's not hard to predict, that the PS5 is going to make web slinging faster, like, no duh, like, obviously it's going to happen. Like, mechanics are going to be improved. God, I hope so. Yeah, so it's like these are obvious things that anybody should be able to say, and hopefully should be proven true. Like, if Insomniac doesn't do it, that's going to be a problem. You know what I mean? I guess, like, the hook system, like, that there's a new web technique. But yet again, that I know for a fact that was also in a past rumor. That is not new news either. Obviously, the Venom thing, or like the getting the symbiote. What's interesting, I guess, again, unique to this person, is that he gets it early in the game, and then he also loses it seemingly early in the game. So this is not something that happens at the end. This is not something that happens throughout the entire game. This is something that's almost like a quickie, just a really quick thing that happens. So, again, like I say it as if it's going to happen. If it happens, I mean, I don't know for sure, but I don't know. That would be very, very different to what I'm personally expecting, you know what I mean? So we'll have to see how that goes. The villains, I mean, look, 1,000 people have said Craven is in it, or he could be the main villain, so that's just a guess. You could easily be right, and you could easily be wrong. Having, Lizard and Mysterio, again, these are things where you need to pad the game. Not pad as in, like, just put things that have no meaning in it, but, you're going to have your main bads, which we've talked about, right? It's going to be, well, I feel like it probably is going to be Craven and Venom, okay? And then you have to say, okay, well, who else? Like, again, you had Kingpin, you had Silver Sable in the first game. Like, you had these characters, and now, well, what are you going to do in this game? Well, if you throw in a couple other characters. Now, like Mysterio, could there be, like, segments where you go into areas and literally the enemies are all just kind of like imaginatory things that he creates? Yeah, that would be kind of cool. Or Lizard, his kind of henchmen, or, whatever you want to do. And then you battle the bosses like that. That all makes sense. You're going to have side villains no matter what. And in fact, you had a lot of the Sinister Six in general in the first game, so you're either going to have to use them again, and we've actually talked about that, like, will Doc Ock return, or, will these characters come back? You can either use them again, or you can, bring in characters, brand new characters. So it just depends on, I guess, how they want to do it. Again, fun. Really nothing, I think, harmful about these things happening. Everybody always seems like it's the end of the world. I'm never on that side. I mean, if you think that, I have nothing against you. Absolutely, truly, I truly do not care. And that's the good news. You know what I mean? I don't think this does anything one way or the other. I think these are all things that, like, could happen, could not happen. Some things are extremely blatantly obvious that hopefully they should happen. You know what I mean? So really, to me, no harm done. And we'll have to see, some of this stuff, if it happens, where this person originally got them from, all that stuff as time goes on. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Make sure, as always, you guys are subscribed to the channel. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up. And I do a brand new video on the channel every single day. And so I hope to see you guys for tomorrow's video.